Gaz here, got my drift car again. Now, you will have seen in the last video, I upgraded the servo on it. Now, I upgraded the servo to get a lot better throw and stuff like that. And now, it's pretty sweet. But, the servo only works on 4.8 volt. Because this only this outputs 5 volt. So, the servo on the specs says it runs on 6 volt or 7.4. Now there's two ways of doing that. You can either go through the route of getting your BEC, putting that in and then selecting whatever voltage you want on your BEC and running that. You will need to wire that into your battery lead. Or there's another way of doing it, which is you can get a servo extension wire. You can then take the positive, wire that into the battery lead, so you've got a feed coming off your 7.42S. Now that can then be used to power the servo, but you'll need to send the signal on the ground back to the receiver just to create the circuit. And then you should have plenty of power, 7.4. But there's another way of doing it, and this is why I'm going to choose to do it before I put 7.4 volt in, although I might put the option in as we do it. I've been and bought myself a new ESC for it. That's a program card. So yeah, I'm sure you've all seen a program card before. Nothing new. Got your wire for connecting it to the ESC and your digital program card there with all the different settings and that you can do on it. So that'll be there, that'll be used once I've got this put in. So I went and bought this quite a while ago now, but it was on cheap when I bought it. Got it from Asiatees, and it's a Quicrun Brushless combo. This is like the cheapest set they do for it anyway, so let's unbox this while we're here. So there you go, Hobbywing Brushless combo. Let's chuck that over there somewhere. So there we have your 3656 3800KV 4-pole motor, brushless, and your brushless speed controller, which is 60 amp. I think it's about 500 amp or something on max, but rated at 60 amp continuous anyway. Sold as a combo, both waterproof, although it's not waterproof if you run the fan and put it on 3S, which you have to put the fan on to run 3S, so it's not waterproof when you run 3S. But time to get them out of the packets. Right, there we go. We have everything we need to make it brushless. Now we'll take a look at the motor to start with. I have already opened these, that's why they're slightly open, but I thought I'd say a little bit of unboxing. So yeah, there's a motor. This should just slide out, I think, one way or the other. And there you go, that's what you get in the motor. That's pretty heavy. 3800KV 4-pole. All your bullet connectors on there, all ready to connect. 4-pole motors basically have more positive and negatives on them, so it helps it spin around, gives it more torque, stops all the cogging and stuff like that. So we'll leave that there, knock everything else down in the process. And then we have the brushless speed control. So with this, let's get it out of the box. You get all your, easy to show you that way. So you get your waterproof on off switch, your battery terminals already pre-tinned as well, then where your motor connects, and then you've got your servo wire to plug into your receiver. They also provide you with a 3M sticky tape to stick it down with, and a little bit of heat shrink as well for the battery terminal. I will be running XT60 on this because that's what I got on my batteries. You've also got your quick run guide, so that'll tell you how to program it if you haven't got a programming card. And then you've got some stickers and a couple of zip ties. So if you get all this back in here, out of the way, and they also give you a spare cover for your on-off switch. But that's the ESC there. Take it out and have a quick look at it. As you can see, the fan's already on top. You can take that off and run it without if you want, but it's not waterproof like that, so you would have to take it off if you want to run it, make it waterproof, or get a waterproof fan if it's possible. So yeah, it's 2 or 3 amp BEC I think on it. Yeah, 3 amp 6 volt BEC, so that'll be more than enough to run this servo at the proper voltage then. I just don't want to end up burning it out seeing as we've done it. So far my major spends, apart from wheels and doing stuff up on it, which wasn't really much probably. I don't know, the wheels are probably the most expensive thing I've spent on it. Intercooler was about a tenner, number plates about a fiver, spoiler and that, and another fiver, windscreen wipers as well. Apart from that, the servo I got on the cyber sale. That was, instead of being 40 quid, about 26 I think delivered, and then this was 55, so I paid £99 for that. You add all that up, that's less than 200 quid, and the brushless one of this comes out at about 280 quid, so big saving if you do it up yourself. You obviously don't get some of the parts that are on the other one, but I think it's still all plastic drivetrain on that anyway. You still have to upgrade, so yeah, pretty happy with this. One of my friends has just got another one of these, but he's bought his and his came in and it was brushless already, so I can't have a slower car really. But that's the main reason in doing it. But I did have this from a time ago, a planned upgrade, but we were going to have some slower races, but I think now Martin's got the faster one, I'm going to get myself a faster one as well. So yeah, that's it here. So next off I'm going to tidy this up a little bit, get it all ready to sort out, and we'll be back, take the shell off and show you what's going on. So just in case you haven't seen the shell, chuck some windscreen wipers on, and I've chucked the spoiler on the back. That's pretty much gone in the same mounting holes as before. We've had to drill new ones in there. If you want to know how to fit your lights and what those things are doing in the packet you get in the box with it, those go there over the wires and then just fit them into the light buckets. I have drilled out some of the indicators on the front so I can fit extra white ones. It's only taped in place temporarily with masking tape till I do a proper job. But I have kind of tried to put an accent light in there with some reflective material just to light up the intercooler at the front a bit. You drill the holes in these and they pop through, but if like on mine, I may have drilled them too big, I don't know, I didn't want to crack the body, but I just tied a bit of tie around that you get with the wires, and that seems to do the job. There's me mess of wiring up there, but it doesn't look too bad from the outside the shell, so that's that. We'll put that up there out of the way. Right, so here we have the old ESC, the old motor, and if we turn it around, get you in the right place, then what you need to do is, there's 2 long screws like that, they sit in this location, and then there's 3 short screws like that, they sit there, there, and this last one here. Then that's your motor shroud. I'm not sure whether this will fit over the motor, might do, might not, but that's all it is. Just channel the air over your motor. I do a lot of drifting now, so I don't really go too fast most of the time. Once you've done that, this will then come off and you have that exposed. I'll flip that up if you want. Now down here is your 15 turn motor. Now you notice that move then. The way they actually do it on this is depending on which pinion you've put in, depends on which numbers you line these up with. So that's where you screw your motor in. As you can see, it's got the stock 22 pinion on it. 22 pinion on it, it's a 15T brush motor. That then sits in there in the one corner, curls up there, so it can't move once the case is on. And to be honest, I never had a problem with it meshing whatsoever. So that's out now. All you then really got to do is get your ESC wire, unplug that from there. There's my new servo wire. We'll move that out of the way just while we do this. If I hook that around there, then you got your motor wires, so you might as well unplug the motor. It's easy as that. And there you are. That's the stock Dynamite DYN 1172 15T with 22 pinion on. So we've got that there. Then this will be stuck down, I think. Yeah, so what you generally want to do is get yourself a flat bladed screwdriver, something like that, maybe a nitro tuning one will do, and just get it underneath and just try and work the glue loose. You'll hear it start to unstick itself a little bit, and then the slower you do it, the more of this you'll tend to get off the chassis. Now this ESC seems to be staying to the chassis. Oh, maybe half on, half off. Get your fingers in there and pull the rest off. That's it. So we've got that there. We've also got the on and off switch on here. So we'll take that off as well. And there you are. That's how an ESC is fitted in. And that's what it is. It's the Dynamite Lipo Taser 12T. Now this is fully waterproof and it's quite a good unit, you know what I mean. It's also got rock crawler mode on. Now as you may know if you watch some of my other videos, I've got a Maverick Scout. I bought it before it was waterproof, so might as well chuck this in it. And then I've got a lipo cut off and everything on it already on EC3. Might swap that out to XT60, but that's just my preference. So that's the stock brushed ESC and the stock brush motor. I'm going to be swapped for them two over there. So I'll put these in the background for a minute, and I might clean this out a little bit as well. I think that's better, all nice and cleaned out now anyway. So in here they gave you the servo pads and that to get this stuck in. What I recommend you doing, I pretty much know the motor's going to fix its 10th scale and they're all pretty much the same, although I'll probably encounter a problem now I said that, is you want to get this and you want to see how best it's going to fit in here. Now generally what we usually do is we have the motor wires that way and then all that reach. You just want to get it kind of laid out as to how you'd want it. I won't quite reach to there, so we might have to put them round the other way, which is fine. So I'll have it in like so. Does that leave enough room for the motor? So pop them over there, and then we'll get the motor out, have a look at that. So the motor will be sitting in like so. How far away is it going to be? You see it's a slightly longer can than this one, so we might have to take some of these nugs off in here just to get this ESC to sit sideways maybe, and that might be the best plan. So yeah, that'll work like that. don't think it'll quite work that way around. If you get that up to there, it's pretty tight, that is. With the bigger servo in here, I'm going to run into problems doing it that way, so it's either going to have to go that way or that way, one of the two. These things on here are for the actual Vaterra Taser ESC, the 45 amp one, so we don't need them. So get yourself a pair of side cutters, that's what they look like. Means you can get a flat angle and still cut. So basically you want to come in here like that. I'm going to have to move my hands in the way just to get it off. Squeeze and that'll fly off. And then what you're left with is that. Just got rid of them two nugs. It cuts it off quite close, but you can get a bit closer, so I'll just tidy that up and then I'll be back. So yeah, there we are back. Right, so I'll just trim them down a lot flatter. So the ESC should now fit in there, hopefully. So if we get that in there, spot on. How about that? So once we've got that in, we've got plenty of room to get it up against the servo. And if we check the motor length, I will swap this over in a sec, just to test fit to start with. Then that up there and that to there, seems like we've got about 8mm to spare, something like that. So yeah, that's ready to be stuck down. Just need to swap this motor plate off here onto the other one. I presume they're the same size holes, they look like it. So where's my screwdriver? Wrong size. But yeah, get yourself one of these. Very handy, has all the sizes in there. What we need to do is swap that. Pop that one back in there so you don't lose it. And it's there for when you need it. Saves you having lots of them all the way around. It's also got a swivel on the back, so when it's in your palm it will swivel around. We undo, literally just undo these off here. But remember which ones are actually in. So we're in A and A, which I think is the smallest pinion. And there's matches of pinions, and you can see that there's A through to I stamped on the outside and on the inside. So we're on A and A at the moment. That'll give you then the correct mesh for your pinion that you're running at the moment, which I'll have to take off and put on the other motor in a minute. But let's just get that a little clean. Always nice to have stuff clean once you've done it. So we then want to get this situated on here, so we know how the motor's going to look when it's put on. So I'd say we probably want that facing up somewhere. Yeah, we're going to have it in them two holes. So if you do that, line it up, and we know that's going in the right holes. And hopefully this lines up. Should do, because it's the same size motor. Just give it a check. Alright, there we are, we're in. And then literally just screw that in. It's only plastic, so no need to do it too tight, because you're only going to end up squashing the plastic and maybe deforming that, which isn't good. And there we have it, brushless instead of brush. So you can buy the aluminium motor mount if you want it, but I don't really see much of a point at the moment. But that's in, all test fitted, and bear in mind the pinion's not on yet, but when you test fit a motor you're not going to put the pinion on anyway when you set up the ESC and all that. You're going to have it off, so I'll probably end up doing that before, but I'll get it installed and then I need to do a bit of soldering, get that on. But that looks all pretty nice and neat. as you can see, obviously when it's all fitted up, that's there. Obviously the motor shroud will go over. That's the next question. Does this fit? And I think the answer to that is not at the moment, but it looks like it's going to. All I might need to do is trim out that there, where the motor wires come out of there. Either that or spin that all the way around, I'm not sure yet. But I'll probably have that quick run. Yeah, like that. Right, so here we are back again anyway. Installed the sticky stuff on there, obviously cut them lugs off, and installed the sticky on there ready to go in. We've also put the pinion on there, and as you can see, that will mesh once you get it in the right slot. There, that'll go in, and that's nicely meshing now. So you have to use a certain hole for each certain pinion gear anyway. So that's all in and done. So I think that cover can now go down. Right, back again. So what I've done now is I've finished installing the motor. So we've got on here, the motor's in, it's all screwed down. It's got the ESC in there as well, all fixed down nicely. Mounted the power wire up there. I do like to curl my wires just to keep them out of the way. I haven't quite decided which way they're going yet, but there you go. Nice little brushless install. Quicrun 3800 3656 4PL motor with a 60amp waterproof sensorless ESC. So all I now need to do is pop one of them on, which is what I like to use, XT60s, and that's pretty much it. It should be then ready to run, ready to set up. That's what we've taken out of it. Now stuck to the box. So we've gone from that stock brushed unit, which will be going probably into my crawler, and the stock 15T dynamite taser, excuse my phone, brushed motor to the Quicrun, and this all pretty much set up now. Power on off switch is there. One of the things I've done, just modified this cover slightly, just cut out that little bit, and then even though I'm going to be hiding up the nice motor, still going to put it on, and that will be the last piece in the puzzle, apart from soldering on the actual connector, the XT60 for the battery. But that's pretty much done, all refreshed with not many tools. All I used was plastic cutter, that, screwdriver, just to prise off the ESC, and my old trusty Allen wrench. So yeah, pinions on, everything's in, everything's done, everything's all wired up apart from that one. So we'll get that done, and I might come back for an update when my phone stops beeping. Someone's following me, thank you. So yeah, all finished, buttoned up now, XT60 on, all soldered up, still warm, and that will go over to the battery pack, which we have one over here. I've even done it the right way, how about that? So now that should fire up. You get that over here, like that. So there you go, all done. Time to fire her up. V100C. Now I'm brushless. It's going to be the first time, so I'll make sure the travel for the throttle is 100% forwards backwards, which it is. Right, so that's all set up. Time to turn it on. Battery's plugged in. Don't know what's quite going to happen, but seems like we have power. That's my new servo working. We seem to have the full brushless system installed. 60amp Quicrun, Hobbywing, got it from Hobby King. Yeah, all done. So obviously I've got to set that up on the ESC, but that's it, all done. Thanks for watching. It's been RC Car Club, making a V100 from a brushed into a brushless for less than it cost, with lots of extras. So next up, we might have to change the front diff for a one way, but I've got to figure that out. So subscribe, likes on the Facebook if you can, that really helps. 3,000 subscribers, only 600 and something likes on that, so get on there, give us a like on the page. I'll put some pictures of this up probably before the video's out, so yeah, keep an eye on it and keep an eye on the YouTube channel for more videos coming out. This will be tested soon. I'm loving it. Thanks a lot. I'll see you later.